Hey everybody, Germain Lussier here from Slashfilm.com. We're here in Rachel, Nevada, outside of Area 51. We're going to head over to the Little Alien Inn and talk to the cast and crew of Paul. All right, Greg, well, thank you for having us, and congratulations on the movie.
Thanks, man.
So I got to ask, Day Trippers, Undeclared, Superbad, Paul, are you scared to direct a movie with more than one word in the title?
It is kind of true. But it blew, at least film-wise, I had Superbad, Day Trippers, Adventureland, they were all compound words. So okay. Paul kind of screwed it up. Yeah. If it could have been Space Paul, it would have been, yeah.
What did you think when you heard you were going to come back here and do interviews here at this place that Simon Nick
I've actually never been here.
Okay.
So
even though your autograph is inside, you haven't.
They stole that from the set. We recreated this place in New Mexico, in Albuquerque. So yeah, those guys have been here. So I was really psyched that I'd get to see this place, and I have to go by the black mailbox before I leave here. I haven't seen that yet.
This is the first movie you've done with a lot of CG. Was that intimidating to at the offset? Were you like worried about it? Like, how did you sort of you tackle that?
I was scared, and then by the time it was done, I should have been a lot more scared. Yes, I was intimidated. It was exciting, but it was a huge learning curve. Even for Double Negative, who did the effects, this movie was a learning curve because they hadn't quite ever done a photoreal CG character who had to be funny. Usually, that character is, jumping out of the dark and biting someone's head off. Mm. He's not delivering lines in hopefully a sarcastic or witty manner. But I was the classic nerd who made Super 8 films, stop-motion Super 8 films as a kid, and to actually do it on this level was a thrill.
Cool. Now, obviously, Simon Nick, it's their movie. They wrote it. They have such a great chemistry. Did you have to what was it like directing them when they have such a great rapport already?
It was, I as intimidated as I was of the CGI, I was also, I was nervous about doing a film with them when they had this amazing collaboration with Edgar Wright. I think Edgar's amazing. I'm a big fan of everything he's done, and I made a point of not trying to emulate his style because that would be a disaster. So a lot of it was discussions of how we're going to do this differently. What will I bring to it? What will change in the rhythms and the way it's shot? And those guys couldn't have been more, supportive of make it your own. There were some jokes we took out, for instance, that just felt a little bit more like they would have been in Spaced. They're sort of meta comedy jokes that fit a style that would have been, Edgar would have nailed it, but I felt like wasn't quite the style I was going after for the movie. Those guys are really positive, supportive. They're fans, and if you work with them, they treat you like family. So they made it easy.
Did Edgar give you any tips on sort of working with those two?
He told me all the inside stuff, yeah.
Anything?
I can't share.
You can't say
that.
anything?
No, I'm kidding.
I know. Now, the movie's pretty hard R. Was there ever any thought to either go PG-13 with it for a bigger audience?
We thought about it for a second, but there were just so many jokes. I mean, the MPAA is pretty strict. There's more you could do in the UK that you can do here, and we would have had to Paul wouldn't be able to smoke. They couldn't have any pot smoking. There's a lot of things that would just have to disappear if it was PG-13, and we thought, even though this is a very naive, silly movie and has a slight kids feel to it, we didn't want to make an out-and-out kids film.
Did you guys, when they were prepping the movie, did you show the cast a bunch of movies to sort of get them?
I would have loved to have done that, but we actually had a really short prep, and it was just eaten up by basically me going to CG school, so there was just no time for anything. I was at night just downloading as many DVDs into my brain as I could. Yeah.
Now, the last thing I think is going to be, the poster for this is kind of surprising because it's just Paul, right? And you have so many huge stars in the movie. Were you usually that's used at the studio, but do you have any thoughts on that?
I actually kind of came up with the idea for the poster because I just didn't want it to go in the direction of Photoshoppy, happy faces poster. And it's not that, I don't want to show off this amazing cast. I think we just wanted something that had a little bit of snap to it that would just jump out and hopefully get people to want to know more. So that was the thinking.
All right, cool. All right, thank you so much, Greg.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you, man.